Hi.
Hi everyone. Okay, so welcome to MMA Live. Every Tuesday we do Let Your Story Drive You. And today we're actually going to be doing some role reversal. I can't talk. Role reversal. Okay. And so typically me and Jen do this or that product on Thursdays, but Jen's not going to be here on Thursday. She's going on vacation. Oh my gosh. All right. So today Jen will be interviewing me.
Yeah, so every Tuesday we do the Let Your Story Drive You. So it really just interviews those people who are currently in the industry, and just so you can get a little bit of their story and a little bit of their background. So as Amy said, we're going to switch roles a little bit today, and I'm actually going to interview Amy. So you constantly see her face all over our social media, and I'm sure you've probably wondered, what's her story, right? So Amy, what was it that made you want to become a makeup artist? Was there a certain turning point in your life that you decided, hey, I just want to do makeup?
I don't think there was one point, but there were several. So I guess I'll just try and sum it up real quick. When I was younger, I always played house with my best friend. She lived next door to me, and we always played house. And she'd always be like, let's play house. You know, she'd always, or let's play wedding or something. And I'm like, no, let's play makeup. Her mom would let us bring her makeup to her, bring her makeup out and be like, okay, you can do my hair as long as you brush my hair. Or do my makeup as long as you brush my hair. I honestly just think she liked having her hair brushed. But I was like, okay, Katie, okay, go ahead, brush her hair so I can do her makeup. And it was so much fun to do it, and I could use different colors on her. She taught me where to put her blush and everything. And then as I got older, my mom told me I had to be in like 7th grade and junior high in order to wear makeup to school. So in 6th grade, I was purposely a pink lady for Halloween because I wanted to do my makeup. I wanted to wear makeup. And then after that, I always wanted to be a makeup artist, and my parents they said to me, you know, you can't make any money in makeup, Amy, so just go away to college. Go to college and do something.
Same thing.
Yeah, isn't it? So I'm like, okay, fine. So I went away to college. I went to Central Michigan. I got a degree in marketing, and I got it was great, but I wanted to do something in advertising, and I'm like, okay. And I went when I graduated, I got a job at an advertising agency in Dearborn, and it was great, but I was barely making any money. And then my sister called me one day. I always did her makeup in high school and her friend's makeup. She called me one day. Her best friend was getting married. She goes, oh my God, Amanda's crying. She hates her makeup. And I'm like, I'm sorry? And she goes, she needs you to come into her makeup. I'm like, no, it's her wedding day. It's her wedding day. I can't do a bride's makeup. That's totally different than when you guys are going out in high school. And she was like, Amy, just please. So I just packed up my stuff and went there, and she loved it. And it made me feel good that she loved it, but I was very, very nervous. And I only knew because I'd done her makeup a few times, but I wasn't confident with it. And she paid me, and I was like, I don't want your money. And she's like, here, take this. I'm like, okay. And I look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I make. You know, that's what I make in a day of actually, that's less than I make in a day of my advertising job. So that's when I was like, I'm going to school. So I went, okay, you know what, that answers that question. So yeah, that's when I knew I wanted to become a makeup artist, when I was going to make more money and I loved doing it. So go ahead, I'm not going to tell you my whole life story.
She probably will if we let her.
I'm a talker.
So who was your biggest inspiration in makeup?
My biggest inspiration, okay, honestly, I loved Candy Johnson. She's like a YouTube vlogger. But the thing is, I loved her makeup, yes, but what I loved about her too was that she's so inspirational. She's so inspirational, and it kind of like, she inspired me so much. And she was like, you can do anything. And when she kept saying that, I'm like, all right. Yeah, I can do this. Like, she made me feel really good.
She's so cute too. Now that I know you, I feel like you and her have very similar personalities.
That makes me
very
so
like
happy.
Peppy and jumpy, and
that makes me happy because that's what I love, that she's a makeup artist. She does great work. But the thing I loved most about her was how peppy and how energetic and how positive she was towards people. Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing that you've taught or been taught if you were a student while at MMA or whatever makeup school you went to?
Okay.
So Amy is an instructor, so she can probably answer both sides of this question. So I guess what was the favorite thing that you were taught as a student, and what's your favorite thing that you teach students now?
Okay, so I actually went to, I originally went to a different school because it was a lower price. And I was like, you know what, I already have a college, I already have money in towards my college. I'm just gonna go here, it's cheaper. I did learn stuff there, but it wasn't the detail that I want, like the detailed work that I wanted. So I can tell you that it just wasn't as detailed as I needed, okay? So then I continued working as an artist, but I just always wasn't sure about people when they sat in my chair. I didn't have that confidence. When someone sits in your chair, you want that confidence that no matter who it is, no matter what their issue is, no matter what the look they want, you can do it. And I didn't have that yet. And then I came here and I kind of got personally trained by the instructors here. And I also got hired in to help do their marketing as well. And I got personally trained, and they kind of seen my work and they put more detail into it. So I guess my favorite thing I learned here was color correcting. And I think Saidi said that as well too. Saidi said that, but my favorite thing was definitely color correcting, because literally it's insane about how much it does. So even if you use like a thick concealer, this is what I've learned here, even if you use a thick concealer and place it on the dark spot or a discolored spot of the face, it'll absorb and go away within an hour. And then you can see that. And then in HD camera, you can see everything. And so that's the biggest thing, my favorite thing I learned, because that makes people feel so good.
And I feel like that's a lot of what you see on YouTube, though, unfortunately. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love YouTube, but I think a lot of the YouTubers do layer on piles and piles of concealer, and you really don't have to do that. Like, once you learn color theory, it is a life changer. It completely transforms any makeup.
I agree. I 100% agree with that, and that's what I liked. I thought, you think you know everything, and I feel like as an artist, you are always supposed to be growing and learning, and I feel like that's something that I learned that was so different when I came here. I mean, there was a lot. It was so detailed with eyes. There's eye characteristic, eye size. It's just the...
There's a science to makeup.
Literally, yeah, there's a science.
There really is.
So there's a difference between how detailed you can get. Hi, Devon. There's so much more detail than you think, and I love when people come here and they're shocked. I like that. And we started a new class on Monday, and people come here and they're shocked, and they're like, what? And I always say the first day of class is the most frustrating and the most rewarding, because you're frustrated, you're like, but I thought I knew so much, and then when you realize how much more you have to learn, but then it's rewarding when you can do it, and it feels really good. So
is that the favorite thing you've taught students too, color theory and just the science behind makeup?
Yes, I taught it yesterday, so to 2 different classes, and I love it. It's also a little nerve-wracking because people get so frustrated, but I do love it when they feel really good once they succeed at it. So yeah.
So what would be your one piece of advice to those interested in a career in makeup?
Interested in a career in makeup. Always try and enhance yourself. Always. I know, some people will self-teach themselves, which is great. Start getting a hold on it, but then I want you to always go further. I want you to know that you don't know everything. And the fact that you know everything is slim to none, because things are always changing. Trends are always changing. They're always coming out with new things. So if you want to be, and practice, that's another thing. Actually, I might put that first. Practice, 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 because I'm not even kidding you. I know you learn it in kindergarten, but practice really does make perfect. It's so true.
It does. I mean, Amy and I collectively have been probably doing makeup for, I don't know, maybe 10 years. And like, even to this day, you know, us both being instructors, we still take workshops. We still read up on things. We still even have, you know, practice sometimes because, you know, we may think we know it all. But like Amy said, things are constantly changing, especially trends. There could be a new eyeliner technique tomorrow that we need to learn ourselves because we need to be on top of that too.
Yeah.
And yeah, practice. I can't say it enough. We can't say it enough. Practice. I mean, it really makes the difference.
Yeah, and always know that you can learn more and you can enhance yourself. You know, when people come here and they're like, hi Corey. When people come here and they're like, you know, why do I need to know that? I already do something like that. Then what do you know, don't waste your money then. Trust me, I'm telling you, you need to know this. And then they say, oh, and then when they get it, they lose their frustration and they calm down and they say, okay, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And then they feel good. And that's the part I love. I love when I hear the, oh.
Like the little light bulbs going off.
I got it. I'm like, yes. I know it's frustrating, but I promise you it's so rewarding. So rewarding.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing your story.
Like
I said, you constantly see Amy on our social media, so it was nice for her to finally share her story and talk a little bit about herself. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Like Amy said, every Tuesday we do Let Your Story Drive You. Maybe one of these days she'll interview me. I don't know. Maybe.
She doesn't even know it. She's probably the next victim.
She's going to spring it up on me.
I'm going to tell her, all right, we go live in 30 minutes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Don't forget, tomorrow is our walk-in Wednesday. Our admissions director, Brandy, will be showing you our academy and virtually. But if you want to come see it in person, come on here, see it. I'm not sure if you've seen it on our social media, but we actually have the Makeup Forever Sensei for only $17
You better
right
get
now.
it. It's a good deal.
1 week only. I'm not kidding you. We almost sold out yesterday. We have, I think, a few left. It's this week only. At Sephora, it's $25, and this week only, it's $17. So come, walk in, see our place, get some Makeup Forever Sensei, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.